All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. We are here tonight with Division 4 for Round 8 at Australia at the Albert Park circuit. It is a street circuit. It's a really well-known one, of course. We start most of our real-life F1 seasons at this track, so I'm sure all of the drivers are going to be well familiar with it. It's a little bit of a tricky track. It definitely brings out some good battling, so let's get settled in and ready for that. Thank you for everybody who's joining into the stream right now. It's BLIN-MACHINE with you guys tonight. It's super nice to be back here once again commentating on this league. I got the chance to commentate on it, I think it was last season in Divisions 3 and 4 as well, and I had a lot of fun there, so really glad to be back, and a lot of new names for me on the board here tonight, but also some well-known names. And coming into this round, there's a huge battle for the championship lead between this guy right here, Hammer 383RS with 81 points, Capital 58, he is with 77 points right now on the board, and we've got Dissection 79 with 75, we've got Spaceman with 75 points as well, tied for third place in the championship. Dead Text Message with 70 points in fifth place. Very, very tight battle. And then behind them, we've also got Joe Fishing with 62 points, Knuckles with 60 points, Snooker in eighth place with 59. Lots of tight points there between a lot of drivers. So I've definitely missed out on a good season so far. Hammer is currently on pole position with a 122.1. I think he's going out there again. The weather around here in qualifying is looking a little bit gray right now. I dare say that there might be a little bit of rain coming in this session, so that might be pretty interesting. Quickly gonna remind here the results from the previous race. I think that was at Baku. We had Tiger NASCAR win first place with the win. Very nice drive from here. We had Toxic September in second place, and the Garrus Vac was in third. So very interesting there. We're gonna wait to see how this one's gonna play out. Oh, and it looks like Toxic September, who had that podium last week, has now invalidated his qualifying lap here tonight. We have the Rob HD. He's coming around here. He's going to be starting a lap in just a second. That's going to give us a chance to go around Albert Park Street Circuit for a lap at full tilt here with Rob HD as he's coming into turn one. It's a very quick right-hander there. He overshoots a little bit, goes a little bit deep, rides the curb on the outside, comes out of it, and he's got the first DRS zone activated on the exit of turn two. Now coming into turn three, it's a tight right-hander that's going to lead you into a quick little kink to the left, and then a really quick right-hander for turn 5, where you got to stay within the bounds of the track, or you're going to get invalidated. Now, coming into turn 6 and 7, those come at you pretty quickly here. A nice little chicane, quick exchange of corners, and really nicely well done there from Rob HD as he now coming into turn 9. And coming out of turn 9, this is a nice long run of turn 10 into 11 and 12, which is one of the most famous corners on this track here. Very hard to get that one right, and Rob HD unfortunately gets it a little bit too wide, and that's a lap invalidated. Let's keep on riding on board with him though. We'll get into turn 13, and then we've got another right-hander of turn 14. I'm guessing Rob is probably going to pull out into the pits here after turn 15, but otherwise, we would have had turn 16 as well. He's actually going to finish the lap. He's going to go on to the straight here, open up the DRS for the second time around this lap, or third time, excuse me. And coming across the line, it would have been a 123.1, would have been good enough for P4, but invalidated on that try. We still got enough time going on here, 11 minutes in qualifying. So I'm sure we'll see these guys going out there again. USGT IG Fishing. He's out there in 14th place right now on the set of intermediate tires, as we have, is that Rob? No, the other, that's the Lone Wolf. So the Lone Wolf has just crashed on the exit of the last corner there, and he is completely sideways on the start-finish straight. But yeah, I was going to say USGT Fishing, he is on an intermediate tire, really trying his best out there, but I don't think it is time yet for intermediates. There's not even any rain on the track just yet. Tim Lee is on the lap right now on the soft tire, coming into the first DRS zone there after the exit of turn 2, now running into turn 3. Let's see how he gets this one. Ooh, a little bit wiggly on the brakes there, a little wide on the exit, but altogether making it work. Oh, touches the wall on the exit of turn 5. That was a little bit dangerous. He's put up a purple sector 1 right now. And now on the run into turn 9, gets that one pretty well as well. We have another yellow flag there for a Haas coming out of turn 9, but everything seems to be good there. Another purple sector for Tim Lee as he's now coming through those 11 and 12, managing to keep the car together in one piece, and on the track opens up the DRS once again. And now running into 14. Only a couple more corners to go. Can Tim Lee keep it all together here? It was 2 purple sectors in a row. Can he make it 3 purple sectors and a purple lap? Coming around turn 16 now. Opens up the DRS on the run to the line. It is not a purple lap. It's only good enough for 12th with a 129.1. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he lost a lot of time, it looks like, in the 3rd sector. Let's go back out to the front here. We've got Ulik Holovin, sorry. He is out there on a warm-up lap or an out lap, getting warmed up for a hot lap in a second. Currently sitting in 2nd place by about 0.4 of a second under Hammer. Hammer is currently on pole and also out there on an out lap. We're actually right behind Ulik. And then we have the Rob HD, who's managed to improve his time, and he's up into 3rd place with a 122.832. Let's go here with Ulik and see what he can do. Ulik coming to the end of the 1st sector now. He is about a 10th down. Oh, he locks it up and he goes a little bit wide onto the grass there. Doesn't get it invalidated, but that is not going to help him out at all. And coming into turn 9 and 10 now, gets it pretty nicely through there, but he's going to board the lap, of course, because, yeah, that corner did not help him out at all, going onto the grass, going off track, and there's a bunch of cars overtaking him now, so he's going to have to try again. Toxic September has just jumped up to pole position with a 121.229, more than half a second quicker than Hammer, who's now on his own hot lap here. 7 minutes to go in qualifying. Hammer now's got a little bit of traffic to deal with on his hot lap as they're coming into the last couple of corners here now. The last corner on the exit opens up the DRS a little bit late. Running down to the line, not good enough for pole. He was over a second down on his own fastest time, so he's going to have to try again here. Pretty nice run through the first couple of corners. Opens up the DRS and running into turn 3 now, absolutely maxing out 7th gear. And now making his way around the next couple of corners. Running into 6 and 7 here in just a second. Finishing the 1st sector. It is a purple time by 0.06 of a second. This is going to be a very tight qualifying session here. Hammer now into turn 9, getting a really good run through there, kissing the apex on both the entry and the exit of the corner. Now, though, the crucial turn 11 and 12, purple sector 2. Beautiful run through there as well. Opens up the DRS on the exit, keeps it within the bounds of the track as well. Running into turn 13 now. Beautifully done through there. Hammers are really pushing right now. He's on a big charge. Let's see if he can keep it going throughout the whole lap. This could be a pole position lap here. Coming out of the last corner, getting a really good run through there as well. Opens up the DRS. The back wants to step out, but he keeps it all together over the line. It is not good enough for pole, but he was so close. It's a 121.246. Still has enough time to go back into the pits, fit another set of soft tires, and see if he can possibly beat that time set by Toxic September. Rob HD has dropped down to 8th place now as more people are posting faster times. It looks like the sun is coming out as well. The track might be warming up. It might be better for those soft tires. We'll have to wait and see here. We've got almost 5 minutes to go still in qualifying. And it should be a fun one here. It's been a really good qualifying so far. And just like the championship standings, these guys are super, super close to each other on pace here tonight so far, it seems. But yeah, speaking of standings, checking out the Constructors' Championship standings now. AlphaTauri leading the championship with 129 points. Williams very close in second, 127 points. Haas with 103 in third place. And then Mercedes very close behind them with 100 points in fourth place. Then we've got McLaren with 95. Racing Point with 91, Ferrari with 89. So basically all of those guys are separated by pretty much just over a race win. I mean, you get a 1-2 for your team and you can jump all the way up into first place. We've got Alfa Romeo with 68 points in 8th place. We have Red Bull Racing not doing very well, 63 points, 9th place this season so far. And Renault in 10th place and last with 57 points across their two drivers. So it looks like Rob HD is one of the only people right now on an actual hot lap as he's on his way into turn 11 and 12. He's actually set a purple time right now in Sector 2 and he invalidates his lap on turn 12, running it a little bit too wide there. And that is considered a corner cut by this game. Most of the drivers right now are in the pits. We do have a couple of drivers starting out laps right now. That is DDL10 in the Alfa Romeo running into turn 1 and then validating right into turn 1. He did have some traffic on the run into that corner, so that might have contributed to it. We have Lando Norris racing with us tonight in his McLaren, and he's currently in 3rd place. Not sure if that's a game glitch or how he ended up here, but yeah, that will be interesting to see how these drivers can do against some AI drivers as well being out on track. It could throw a wrench into the works here. Toxic September still on pole position with his time of 121.229, and he's out there on another hot lap. He just had a purple Sector 1. But he's gone 0.2 of a second faster. So are we going to see some times in the 120s? That would be quite exciting. Running through turn 9 and 10, the Alfa Romeo does very well to get out of his way there. And he's now on his way into turns 11 and 12. Another purple sector in Sector 2, 0.4 of a second up on his time. So that is absolutely pushing it right now. And now running into turn 13, slamming on the brakes there, rotating the car. Ooh, riding the curb on the outside. The car just wanted to snap on him, but he keeps it all together now. And now just a couple of corners to go. Turn 16, this one you gotta really get it right as well. On the exit, opens up the DRS, running down to the line, and improving to a 120.848. Absolutely incredible run. Good lap from Toxic. Let's see how Hammer can respond here. He's going out there on another hot lap. He's got a set of soft tires. And currently making his way into turn 3 and 4. Pretty nicely done through there. Now 5 and 6 coming up here. Hammer 383 RS currently about 4.5 tenths behind Toxic September. Needs to close up that gap, or maybe can he beat that time for a pole position? 40 seconds to go in qualifying. So everybody's got their last chances right now. That's a purple sector there from Hammer in Sector 2. Manages to keep it green through turn 12 as well. No invalidation there. This is going to be a close one. Ooh, very wide on the exit there. And we have a Force India spun out on the exit of turn 14. That is very interesting. I didn't catch exactly who that was, but I think that might have been Dissection 79. And now Hammer running down to the line. Can he be fit for pole position? He cannot. He improves his time to a 1:21.034. But Toxic September has done enough to secure himself pole position, it looks like, for now. Where is Ulik? Ulik is still out there on a hot lap as well, currently sitting in 4th place. Doesn't look like he's pushing. Yeah, I don't think he's pushing. He's pulling over to the side as well. So it's going to be Toxic September on pole position with a 1:20.848. If you guys are just joining us now, it is the Midwest F1 League here for you tonight with Division 4 and Round 8 around the Albert Park in Melbourne, Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. Qualifying is drawing down to an end, and it's Toxic September on pole position with Hammer 383 RS very close behind in second, Villeneuve 1965 in third, Lando Norris in 4th position. We have Ulik in 5th, Dead Text Message in 6th, DDL 7th, and we have 8th is going to be N1TWLT. Wow, that one is hard to pronounce. We have Tim Lee in 9th position, Rob HD in 10th, Merfola in 11th, Team B7 Racing in 12th, USGT in 13th, Spaceman in 14th, the Lone Wolf in 15th, A78 Corvette in 16th, Crustier T in 17th, and there's a couple of other guys I think that were on the grid. We'll take a look in a second. Alright, very close qualifying session there. The top 4 separated by 9/10 of a second, so that was pretty close. And then at the bottom we have the section 79, Crustier T in 17th and 18th. They have not posted a lap time. A78 Corvette in 16th, the Lone Wolf in 15th. We pretty much mentioned everyone else. But again, it's Toxic September, Hammer, Villeneuve in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. A McLaren in 4th, Ulik in 5th, Dead Text Message in 6th, DDL 10 in 7th, and Nitwilt in 8th, Tim Lee in 9th, Rob HD in 10th. Okay, so the drivers are getting their pit strategies worked out right now, right before the start of the race. They'll have an option to change a couple of last things, maybe like a front wing or a brake bias or something along those lines. But other than that, their setup is going to be locked down for the rest of this race for Parc Ferme. And it's very funny because we're actually at a park today at Albert Park in Melbourne, Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. Yeah, just a reminder again, it's BLIN-MACHINE with you guys tonight. Really happy to be back commentating on this league. Unfortunately, just myself here tonight, but hopefully I'll be able to find some co-commentators for next week. That would be pretty fun as well. But speaking of strategy around here, I know that on the F1 2020 game, pretty much in league racing, your goal is going to be to try and work out a one-stop strategy. Unless you are 100% confident that you're going to be a few seconds faster than everybody else per lap, where you might go for a two-stop strategy. But then, talking of all of that, we need to also remember safety cars, incidents, virtual safety cars, and everything else like that. That can all come into play here tonight. We're also in Australia at Melbourne Park, where sometimes we can get some rain. We had, some gray skies in qualifying, but it cleared up from there. We don't know how it's going to go here tonight. The weather could come in at any moment, and that could throw another wrench into the works here as well. But that's what we're here for. We're here to see some exciting racing. In Melbourne, we definitely usually get that. We get a lot of battling and a lot of side-by-side action. There are 3 DRS zones around this track. It's 16 corners to complete 1 lap, and it's a 5.2 kilometer track with or around 3.2 miles. The lap record around here is held by no other than Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari from 2004 with a 124.125. And for a 50% race distance, we are going to be doing 29 laps here tonight. So get everything ready, get comfortable. Let's get ready for this race in Division 4 of Midwest F1 League and Round 8. What a season it's been so far. It looks very, very close on championship points across the whole league and across this division as well, as our drivers are now getting back onto the grid. It's going to be Toxic September starting on pole position, Hammer 383 RS starting in second, Villeneuve 1965 in third, with Ulek promoted to fourth after Lando Norris has been taken off the grid. Alright, we should be ready to go here any moment. The predicted pit strategy, one stop, soft to hard, or a two stop, soft to medium, but I think some people might go for a soft medium to soft if they're going for the two stop. Here go the lights, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And the lights go out here in Melbourne, and we go racing for round 8 of Division 4 of Midwest F1 League. As into turn 1 goes Toxic September with Hammer right behind him, Villeneuve right behind him as well. Ooh, there's a lot of cars going side by side through turn 1. Some cars going off on the grass, a lot of people side by side. Wheel-to-wheel action all over the place, so we're gonna have to watch as this develops here. I'm here by myself tonight, so bear with me as I stay on board with all of the action here. But it looks like there might have been some position changes, but the positions are going all over the place right now and tripping out, so I cannot even tell you. But it is very, very close here. Looks like Toxic September still out in front. Hammer still in second. Villeneuve in third. Ulek already getting a 3-second penalty in fourth place. So that's not good. That is a very quick penalty to get under your name. We're only on lap 1 right now. I know it's saying lap 2, but this is the very first lap of the race. And yeah, they're kind of spreading out in the front pack, but then we've got more and more people closer together. In the middle here, we've got a little bit of a battle here between the Williams and who is that in front of him, and Merfola in the AlphaTauri. Ooh, Ooh, a little bit grass touching there by a lot of cars as they're coming around turn 15 for the first time, and they're going to be completing the first lap on this track. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. It looks like Team B7 Racing had a little bit of a moment there, but back to the front we go with Toxic still leading the race and Hammer in second place. Villeneuve dropped down by about 1.4 seconds behind them in a third place. And then we've got Ulick 1 second behind Villeneuve, his own teammate, with already a 3-second penalty to his name. A little bit further back, there's a position change there. Merfola moves in front of Tim Lee in a move that he makes in turn 4. And that is 8th position for Merfola. Dissection 79 here starting to close up on the point positions here. He's currently in 11th, but he can see Nitwilt in front of him, or Nitwit, sorry. I think it is. I can't really know everybody's in. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh, we also got the Robin Hood spinning! And he hits Dissection 79 as he comes back onto the track, and that's both of them out of the race. Virtual safety car is out. Wow, that was incredible. I mean, unbelievable that we were actually on board with Dissection 79 as we saw that developing, but also unbelievable that it's only a virtual safety car with 2 cars out of the race in the middle of the track. Absolutely incredible. So that's a virtual safety car there on lap 3. And that means we're going to have to wait for the DRS to be enabled for a little bit longer, but it's not a full safety car. But that was one hell of an incident there. Alright, and back to the front here. Toxic September still leading. Hammer still in second. Hammer just dropped down. Oh, we've got Ulick with a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. So he got going a little bit too early there. A little too eager, and that's going to cost him a drive-through. That's a lot of time that he is going to lose. Watching Merfola here as he is rising up through the positions. He's now in 7th place and thinking of making a move here on DDL probably very soon as he's closing up to him. But crucially, under the VSC, Toxic pulled out some time on Hammer, and Hammer's starting to close back up to him now, so he is going to have the DRS on the start-finish straight. But for a moment there, he was really losing out. There goes Merfola on DDL. It was almost like DDL was standing still, and Merfola is up ahead of him now into 6th position. Here comes Hammer with the DRS for the first time in this race, and he's going to be trying to put an attack on Toxic for the lead of this race. Closing up on him now within half a second. He's going to have DRS again on the exit of turn 2. And on the run into turn 3. And closing up to him a little bit more again, but not enough to make anything happen just yet. It looks like Tim Lee is making a move on DDL into turn 3, and he makes that one stick, and that's P7 for Tim Lee. DDL just lost 2 positions in a matter of about half a lap there. Oh, it looks like Hammer is really closing up on Toxic September now. I think Toxic making a mistake somewhere. Toxic locking up a little bit into turn 10, and Hammer now can really smell the blood in the water. He is going to be doing everything he can. He's already using a lot of ERS though. He's down to about 30%. And now on the exit of turn 12, he's got the DRS open, but Toxic got a really good run through there, and nothing happening for Hammer just yet. Toxic seems to be locking up into some of the corners around here, and he definitely made a mistake somewhere because they were about 0.6 of a second apart, and then all of a sudden they were right up there together. It looks like that text message just overtook Merfola. Ulick is going in. No, Ulick isn't going in, but he just lost a couple of positions there. Is he going to go in for his drive-through? He is going in for his drive-through now. Hammer sets the fastest time of this race and sort of attacking into turn 1. He was very close, but again, not close enough. We've got a yellow in Sector 3 there for A78 Corvette spinning around, but no major incidents, and Hammer still trying to put the hammer down. Great battle here at the front for the lead of the race. It's been going on for a couple of laps now, and we're only on lap 5 of 29, so we've got a long way to go, and this is only going to get better and better here. Here comes Hammer again, very close behind Toxic, closing up more and more, but it seems like Toxic seems to be a little bit faster in certain places, like on the straights, maybe due to setup. And Hammer is struggling to catch up to him now. Ooh, Toxic going very wide on the exit of turn 16. He's got the DRS enabled now. Hammer is going to be trying to go for a move into turn 1. He's going to try and outbrake him now, going on the outside. Toxic was going wide there, and they almost collided together. But Hammer managed to get out of that one, and Toxic manages to keep it on the board for now. That was very close to another incident here tonight. And that would have been very upsetting, because these guys have been having a really great battle to watch here at the front for the lead of this race. There's a couple of other battles going on that I can see. The two McLarens and Nitwit battling between themselves. But I don't want to switch over there, because Hammer and Toxic, these guys are putting on one hell of a show. Toxic again managing to pull out a little bit of a gap through Sector 2, but then wherever the DRS is enabled, Hammer manages to close up that gap once again, so it's sort of like a yo-yo effect. Oh, and Dead Text Message has retired from the race. What happened to him? Let's take a look here from on board with Crustier T. Did he crash out on the exit of turn 12? He absolutely did. He lost it there, and he crashed into the inside barrier. That's another yellow flag, but again, no safety cars. So that is retirement number 3 here tonight after only 7 laps of the Australian Grand Prix. But no safety cars. We did have a VSC. And Hammer still trying to overtake Toxic for the lead. Let's switch back a little bit here. Nitwit and Tim Lee separated by about 7/10 of a second. Now the gap is increasing a little bit. And yeah, Nitwit is actually dropping back. So let's go back to the front and see how this battle is going to play out here between Hammer and Toxic. Oh, and they touch! Hammer touches Toxic, and he spins him out, and Toxic needs to get back on track now, but he's lost another position to Villeneuve as well. He's gonna go into the pits, but that was pretty crazy there. Hammer just out-braking himself, smashing into the back of Toxic, and that is a massive incident. I mean, I'm sure that Toxic is gonna be reporting this one to the stewards after the race. We have another yellow flag now in Sector 3, and now it's Spaceman who's crashed out, and we have a safety car. So this is actually going to help out, it's going to help out Toxic a little bit, but yeah, there goes Spaceman, crashed out of the race, and that finally brings out a safety car in tonight's Australian Grand Prix. So Hammer currently has the lead of this race, but only after making contact with Toxic and spinning him out. Toxic went into the pits, and then the safety car came out for an unrelated incident for Spaceman crashing out on hard tires only after 6 laps of this race. So now we have a safety car out there. Hammer is probably going to be pitting under the safety car right now. He's got a huge gap back to everybody else who has pitted in the race. So Toxic, Tim Lee, DDL, those guys have pitted. Other than that, nobody else has made it into the pits just yet. But we have Tier T on medium tires, so he's going to take them a little bit longer in the race. Same thing for USGT, same thing for the Lone Wolf, so they're playing the long game here tonight. But Hammer is coming into the pits now, and I think so is Villeneuve as well. And hard tires go on for Hammer. What is Villeneuve doing? Also the hard tire for him. And Toxic went onto the mediums. So this is going to be very interesting when everything's going to be said and done and everybody is going to pit. Where is that going to put Toxic? And where is that going to put him in terms of the tire strategies later in the race? Very interesting. Alright, we're still under safety car here on lap 9 of 29, so 20 more laps to go. And this safety car was brought out by Spaceman crashing out, but this is already our second or third major incident here tonight. Spaceman and Dead Text Message have both crashed out. And then we had Dissection 79 and Rob HD, who both collided with each other in a massive incident after Rob spun out and his car got spun back onto the track, and Dissection was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nothing he could have done, and nowhere to go. But we're going to be going for another lap under the safety car as we have a car very, very far back from the rest of the pack on the track. So we're going to have to wait for racing to resume here in possibly one more lap. So it's Hammer still out there in the front with Villeneuve in second place, both on the hard tires. Then we've got Tier T. And the McLaren, I'm not sure who that is. It might still be Lando Norris. But that McLaren is on a medium tire together with Tier T and Toxic September and Murfola, the two AlphaTauris. Toxic was leading this race here tonight until Hammer smashed into the back of his car and spun him out. So we'll see if he'll have another chance to get back at him. He is on a medium tire, however, so that might mean he's going to have to pit again. He might not. He might be able to get 18 laps out of these tires. It's not impossible. I have seen that done before. And that would definitely be very interesting if he can catch up. Of course, the pace difference is going to be very different on an old hard and an old medium tire. But this is all setting up to be a very, very interesting Grand Prix here. Not even halfway through yet, and we've already had quite a bit of action. Okay, no signal yet of the safety car coming in, but we might get a very late signal here, especially at Australia. It likes to do that. But the yellow lights are still flashing on the safety car, and we're gonna go for another lap on the safety car. Wow, that's an interesting one. So maybe that is because of that one car that is very, very far back. But we've got somebody pitting, yeah, car pitting. That's Crest Tier T. It's a Force India or a Racing Point going into the pits now, changing from, I'm guessing, over to a hard to take it to a one lap. No, it's going to be a brand new set of mediums. Very interesting strategy, because now Crest Tier T is going to be right at the back of the grid. So we're going to have to wait here for one more lap under the safety car. And yeah, it gives us a bit of time to talk about the next game. It's coming really soon. It's coming out in about a month time. We got a new trailer a couple of days ago. A little bit of exciting news about the gameplay and about the new mode of Breaking Point. Super excited for that. F1 2021. I've got it pre-ordered. Can't wait. I've got a new wheel that I want to try it out on as well. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that game is going to be, if the handling model and the new damage model is going to play, you know, a big factor in league racing. And there is safety car message. It is coming in on this lap. We got it at a proper time there. The whole grid is back up together as well, so we shouldn't have any issues getting back up and running. But of course, on a restart, anything can happen. It could be a little bit messy. You could lose positions, you could gain positions, it could be the end of your race as well. So currently Toxic is in 4th place, but he was leading this race before that incident with Hammer. Hammer out in front with Villeneuve in 2nd, with a McLaren in 3rd place. Then comes Toxic, then Merfola, his teammate, Tim Lee, Nitwit in 7th, DDL in 8th. Let's see this restart. Hammer is going to be leading them out, and he goes now. And that was actually a really good time that he picked there. He kind of caught everyone napping, but here comes the McLaren, currently in 3rd place on Villeneuve. Backing out of the move, Villeneuve goes wide, and he loses the position, and that's both the McLaren and Toxic back up into 2nd and 3rd place. Tim Lee now attacking on Villeneuve as well, who's losing even more positions. Villeneuve is all the way down to 6th place, so actually it's Tim attacking on Merfola. And Nitwit also attacking now on Villeneuve. This time I am correct, right behind him. Oh, we've got a yellow in Sector 2. It looks like there's an incident there. Somebody has spun out. Is that Team B17 or B7? Yep, that's definitely him. Ulick gets another 3-second penalty. Back to the front now. Merfola on his teammate Toxic. Very, very close behind him. No DRS to utilize right now because we have a safety car. We're going to have to wait for a couple more laps before that's going to be enabled. Hammer holding on to the lead for now. Toxic September up into 3rd place already and catching up very quickly. Alright, so there was a little bit of action off that restart, but nothing too crazy, no big incidents. Villeneuve lost out on a bunch of positions, dropped down to 7th place. Toxic recovered 1 position up into 3rd place. He is very, very close to the McLaren, within a second or thereabouts, but having a little bit of trouble getting acquainted with those medium tires and getting them up into temperature. Those tires definitely have a sweet spot, and it might take a couple laps to get them into it, so you don't want to push them too hard right now, but they will pay dividends later. So back at the front, Hammer 383 RS still leading. McLaren in second place, Toxic in third, Merfola in fourth, Tim Lee in fifth, Nitwit in sixth place. Villeneuve dropped down to seventh after the restart, DDL in eighth, and we're now on lap 13. No DRS enabled just yet, one more lap until that. But now the McLaren is starting to close up on Hammer, and there goes the DRS. I was thinking it should be enabled on this lap, and there it is. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3, and I think that might be either DDL or A78 Corvette, because it's one of the Alfa Romeos. Watching on board with the McLaren, I'm not sure if this is an AI car or if this is an actual driver, but oh, Hammer gets a 3-second penalty, and then on the exit, or sorry, a 5-second penalty, and then on the exit of turn 12, he catches the grass on the outside of the corner and almost loses the car completely, and wow, having a little bit of trouble on those hard tires. Let's take a look at the penalties. No, it is a 3-second. It's not a 5. Okay, that's fine. So it's just a 3-second for Hammer, 3-second for Tim Lee, 3-second for Villeneuve, 6 seconds for Ullek, and the 5-second was to DDL. Hammer again, a little bit wiggly there into turn 1 and 2. Here comes the McLaren. He's going to try and go around the outside, but Hammer squeezes him out onto the grass there. Very aggressive defending from Hammer. McLaren managing to keep it on the track. Ooh, a little bit wide there through the exit of turn 4. But again, managing to keep it all together for now. He needs to pull it together, keep his focus, and put another attack on Hammer, maybe on the next lap in the DRS zone. This has also allowed Toxic to close up by about 0.3 of a second. So now he's within half a second behind the McLaren. So this is now really heating up, this three-way race for the lead here tonight. We're now just about halfway through this race, lap 15 of 29. A little bit more to go. And this is becoming a very, very interesting Grand Prix, especially at the front here. There's a pack of 3 cars battling it out for the win here tonight. That's exactly what we like to see in Formula 1. Here comes Toxic. He's going to go for a move down the inside into turn 1 on the McLaren. Oh, he goes deep. There's going to be some contact. There was some contact. McLaren got pushed out onto the grass once again. He's definitely not going to be happy about that one. But Toxic moves up into P2, and he's only 1.2 seconds behind Hammer. He's on a different tire compound as well. He's on those medium tires, so he's got a little bit more extra pace. Oh, very wide there through turn 3 and almost losing the car. Sorry, turn 5, and now trying to keep it together on track, but I think he overheated the rear tires. Here comes a McLaren on him again. Oh my god, this is going to be a big incident there. Toxic almost losing the car, making contact with the McLaren. The McLaren off onto the grass again. Oh my goodness, this McLaren just getting beat and squeezed all over the place here tonight. That was not very nice driving from Toxic or from Hammer. And the McLaren now gets a 3-second penalty as well. Jesus, that was very close and very messy, I have to say. I mean, those drivers could have kept it much cleaner in those coming together, you know, in that racing. But that was definitely very messy. And now the 3-second penalties are coming fast and thick. Villeneuve gets one. Tim Lee, Ulek has got a few already. Hammer's just got one as well. Wow. That was exciting. Another yellow insect. It's the lone wolf, and he's in the wall, unfortunately. Trying to spin it back into the pits. He's going to be able to get it back into the pits now. Let's take a look at Nitwit here. Closing up on Tim Lee in the other McLaren. Yeah, this is pretty much the closest battle here right now after that crazy couple of corners that we had where Hammer, Toxic, and Villeneuve, or not Villeneuve, sorry, and the McLaren all had a couple of incidents and a couple of coming together. So right now we're watching as Villeneuve, Nitwit, and Tim Lee and Merfola are battling it out here in a little bit of a train. Tim Lee is really starting to close out on Merfola. Different tire compounds here. Tim Lee is on the hards. Merfola is going to pit from his mediums. Has he started the race on those mediums? No, he pitted. So that's a very interesting pit strategy there from Merfola. Only 8 laps done on the mediums, and he's getting off of them already. Is he going to go for another soft set? Yeah, he is. Alright. He's going to drop down quite a few positions, though. So I think he might have been better off keeping track position with those medium tires. So back at the front, it's Hammer, 2.7 seconds clear of Toxic. And then Toxic gets a 3-second penalty there. So now they're even with Hammer. And then we have the two McLarens of McLaren and Tim Lee. I'm just going to say Lando Norris because that's the name that came up in qualifying. But whoever is in the McLaren, they're doing a pretty good job. Ooh, Hammer, they're almost losing the car on the exit of the last corner. But again, keeping it together for now and keeping it on the track. Alright, 10 laps to go here tonight in the Midwest F1 League Division 4, Round 8 at the Albert Park in Melbourne, in Australia, for the Australian Grand Prix. It's definitely been an action-packed Grand Prix so far. We've had a few incidents here and there of a couple of people crashing and spinning out on their own as well. We had a safety car that shook things up a little bit. Yeah, we had a recent incident there between Hammer, Toxic, and the McLaren is currently in 3rd place. Very interesting couple of incidents there. Villeneuve now really closing up on Nitwit. Sector 1 has a yellow flag. I'm not sure exactly what that was for. But yeah, I kind of wish I had a co-commentator here tonight that I'd be able to bounce some questions off of. I haven't seen too many comments coming in. Oh, there we go. I see some comments coming in. Thank you guys, everybody who sent in some comments, and everybody who's watching right now. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel. Also check out the Midwest F1 channel, because that's, of course, the league that I'm commentating on here tonight. They also have a Twitch channel. They have 4 different divisions. They also have a Friday league. They have a bunch of different things going on. Very interesting, division of drivers and pace. Lots and lots of exciting things to come. I've had the chance to commentate on it a few times before, and now that my regular league is on a break, I am back here again. It looks like Tim Lee has just gone off track there, overcooked it into one of the corners, lost about 3 positions, and is down to 7th place now. It looks like Toxic is starting to catch up to Hammer. There we go, back to another fight for the lead here tonight. I love watching those, so let's see if Toxic can make something happen. He's gonna go into the pits. He's gonna pit after 12 laps on the medium tires. So yeah, these drivers, I think if they could learn a little bit on, preserving their tires for a little bit longer, you can definitely make a medium tire last for 18 laps, which is what they would have done. But both Toxic and the McLaren pit for the soft tires. They're going to be overtaken by all of those guys on the hard tires right now, all the way up to Tim Lee. So Toxic is going to be up in 6th place, or down in 6th place, and Hammer still holding on to the lead here tonight, doing an incredible job. I mean, yeah, he's looked like he's going to lose it a couple of times on some of the corners, but he's still up there in the lead. Nitwit now promoted to 2nd place with Villeneuve in 3rd, Ulick in 4th, Tim Lee in 5th, Toxic in 6th, and the 2nd McLaren in 7th place, Merfola in 8th. We have DDL in 9th, USGT in 10th place, holding on to the last point of the race, pitting right now for brand new soft tires, just came out of the pits. So maybe he can recover a couple more positions there. We'll have to wait and see. I think Tim Lee just made another mistake somewhere and gone off because Toxic has overtaken him for P5. Everybody that's watching, thanks again for watching this race and watching my channel. I'm sorry if I'm going quiet here once in a while. I'm just trying to grab a drink and a quick break. And here comes Toxic on Ulick into turn 1. How is this going to work out? It is going to work out, and that is Toxic up into 4th place. So he is making a lot of ground very quickly. He definitely has some really good pace on those soft tires. He is now going to be half a second behind Villeneuve, but crucially still 18 seconds behind Hammer in 1st place, so a lot of work to do here. He's really pushing now on Villeneuve. Toxic trying to make it happen. Oh, he's gonna try and outbrake Villeneuve into turn 4, or into turn 5. He's gonna slow down and let him through. He felt like that might have been a little bit aggressive, or maybe he got the warning for overtaking outside of the track. He was pretty much right outside of the track there. He's going to try again on the exit of turn 10, going on the grass there, trying everything he can to find some space to go and for an overtake. And there he goes up into 3rd place. So he's back on the podium, but can he make it happen? Can he go back to winning this race here tonight? I mean, anything can happen. Hammer could have a puncture, or could have an incident, or he could go off. But right now, he's pretty comfortable, about 19 seconds or 18.6 seconds clear of Toxic, and 17.4 seconds clear of Nitwit. 6 laps to go around this Australian street track located on the Albert Island in Melbourne. Very nice place. Would love to go and visit it one day. Toxic now closing up on Nitwit. Oh, a little bit of a touch. He's gonna try and go down the inside into the next corner. Oh, big incident there. They make contact. Toxic into the wall. Big damage on his front wing. Spinning the car around. He's dropped a bunch of positions. Hasn't helped himself out. Hasn't helped Nitwit out either, because Nitwit's got damage and he's dropped down to 6th place. Absolute disaster there for both of those drivers. Ulek has now got an angle on Villeneuve with 6 laps to go. Villeneuve is in second place, holding on, trying to hold on to that position. That's going to be a lot of points to his name, but he's still got to hold on from Ulek. Tim Lee recovering a lot of positions there as well, so he might have a chance here. Oh, I say that, and he goes a little bit wide there. Now he's in the battle with the second McLaren, who just overtakes him. Jesus, a lot of things happening here on the last few laps. A78 Corvette has retired, and we have a safety car. A safety car with 5 laps to go. This is going to close up all of those gaps that Hammer had in front. Look at that. Hammer had a 24-second gap. I'm sure he's probably going to dive into the pits. We have a drive-through penalty for Krusty RT for speeding onto the safety car. A 5-second penalty for Merfola for speeding into the pit lane. 3 people pitting right now. Toxic, Nitwit, and Merfola. Wow, unbelievable. We're going to have a couple of laps to go once we get restarted, and it's going to be pretty much a blitz to the end. That's going to be very, very exciting, but I'm sure Hammer is not happy with losing that 24-second gap. Absolutely unbelievable. Here comes Hammer into the pits. He's going to be fitting those soft tires until the end. Is Villeneuve going to follow suit? I don't think he is. No, I think Villeneuve is going to keep his track position, but Ulek is going to be pitting. So that is a very interesting decision from Villeneuve to stay out on track on an old set of hards. It's not really about the old set itself. They're still going to be okay to make it to the end, but everyone around him on the restart is going to be on brand new soft tires. So yeah, another interesting decision there from one of our drivers here tonight. The McLaren is going to be promoted here into P3 on a brand new set of soft tires. They're going to be a little bit older than the other drivers' brand new sets, but still only 4 laps old. With 4 laps to go in the race, we're only going to have about 2 laps to go when we get restarted. Look at the pack. Everybody spread out. I'm sure the safety car is going to be out here for a couple of laps at minimum, if not more. So, yeah, very, very interesting scenes here right at the end of this Australian Grand Prix. And the second safety car to finish off this race. Let's see how this is going to play out. Alright, so yeah, we're still on the safety car here on lap 25 of 29 here tonight. It is the Midwest F1 League with round 8 in the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park in Melbourne. It's 2 years now in a row, unfortunately, that we have not gotten to race here in real life. Villeneuve now dives into the pits, so now he's going to lose even more positions. That is a very unfortunate decision there, unfortunately for him. He's going to be right at the back of the grid. He is going to be on brand new soft tires, but a little bit too late of a decision from him. He should have been pitting when everybody else pitted around him. He would have kept his position on the track and would have been right up there in the contention for the lead. But now, unfortunately, he's going to be about 9th or 10th. Yeah, he's going to be in 9th place. Hammer still out in front. McLaren in second. Ulick in third. Tim Lee in fourth. Toxic in fifth. And Nitwit in sixth. All of them on brand new softs. Merfola in seventh on brand new mediums. And everybody else from there on soft tires as well. Are we gonna get at least 2 laps of racing here? Is the safety car gonna be going in at the end of this lap? Let's give it a moment. And there it is. There's the message. Safety car will be coming into the pits on this lap. The lights on the safety car go out. Hammer is going to be leading us out for another restart for 2 laps or 3 laps around Melbourne, around the Albert Park for round 8 of Division 4 in Midwest F1 League. Let's get ready to get restarted here. The McLaren is right on the back wing of Hammer as he gets started again. He's using his overtake. Tim Lee is very close to Ulick as well going into turn 1. No moves being made just yet. Tim Lee there almost going wide off track through turn 2, but managing to keep it together for now. He's now going to be under attack from Toxic. Toxic into turn 1, thinking about a move, not going for it, almost locking up, almost smashing into Tim Lee, but again, keeping it going for now. This is going to be very, very exciting for the last couple of laps here. We're going to stay on board with these guys and keep a close eye on them and see how this plays out. Hammer managing to keep the lead for now. Tim Lee really close there on Toxic, and Toxic on him as well. Wow, that was interesting there. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I think it might have been a lag spot. Nitwit on Toxic. Toxic a little bit wide through turn 12, but Nitwit not close enough for a move. Toxic wide again. Here comes Nitwit. Oh, very tight through there. Battling going on here with Nitwit and Toxic in the last couple of laps of the race. But Toxic still managing to defend his position, still managing to hold on to it for now. Ulick now closing up on the McLaren. I don't even think we're going to get DRS enabled before the end of this race because of when the safety car came out. There's also a bunch of penalties on the board. Let's take a look. Hammer and the McLaren are even on 3 seconds each. Ulick has 6 seconds. Tim has 3 seconds, so he will gain a position at the end of the race. Toxic has 9 seconds. Ooh, and I think something has just happened to Toxic. Yeah, Toxic has just had a moment, spun out, lost a bunch of positions, down to 11th place. Lap 28 of 29. Only about a lap and a half to go here. It's been a very exciting race. There's been a lot of battling. There's been a lot of incidents as well. Lots of penalties on the board. The only 2 people with no penalties are USGT and the Lone Wolf. And we're watching at the front as there's some battling going on. Toxic has retired from the race. I think he's crashed out on the exit of turn 12. He has. I'm watching here as Villeneuve is closing up on Merfola. There might be some more battling right at the end here. And Toxic leaves the session after being in contention for the win here tonight, but just didn't go his way right in the closing stages. And we're now on the last lap of the race. Can Hammer hold on to this win? Can the McLaren overtake right at the end here? Can Ulick possibly do something? But he is about 1.2 seconds behind, so I think it's probably down to the McLaren and to Hammer. McLaren losing a little bit of time there through one of those corners. About 0.6 of a second separating them. I don't think we're having DRS enabled just yet. Nope, no DRS. Oh, actually, yes, DRS. Yes, DRS. Hammer goes wide. Here comes the McLaren. Is he going to be close enough? Can he make anything happen here in the last couple of corners? Absolutely not. He gets a 3-second time penalty as well. So now this is it. It's Hammer. He got the lead of this race pretty much right at the start, and he held on to it. He built out a huge gap, but then a safety car came out, but that didn't matter. And there comes Hammer to finish the race and win here tonight in Australia. McLaren in second, Ulick in third, but actually Tim Lee is going to jump to second due to penalties, and the second McLaren is going to be in third place. So it's Hammer, Tim Lee, and McLaren in third, Ulick in fourth, USGT in fifth, Nitwit in sixth, Merfola in seventh. We have DDL in 8th, Villeneuve in 9th, the Lone Wolf in 10th, Crustier T in 11th place. And we had a lot of DNFs. A total of 7 people did not make it to the end of this race here tonight. Toxic September could have possibly won it here tonight, but unfortunately DNF'd right at the closing stages of the race. A78 Corvette DNF'd, Team B7 Racing, Spaceman brought out a safety car when he DNF'd out of this race as well. But it's this man right here where everything went right for. Hammer 383 RS and McLaren getting driver of the day in second place as well. A Ferrari and 2 McLarens on the board here tonight. That's going to help out both of those teams with the championship points for the constructors. But it's Hammer winning the race. Tim Lee getting second place after not scoring as many penalties as everybody else. The McLaren in third, Ulick in fourth. We have USGT in fifth, Nitwit in sixth, Merfola in seventh, DZL in 8th, Villeneuve in 9th, and Lone Wolf got the last point of the race here tonight in 10th place. Fastest lap goes to the McLaren as well for an extra point there in 3rd place with a 124.090. Crustier T in 11th place was a lap down. Toxic September is counted as the 12th finisher but did not finish the race here tonight. We also had A78 Corvette, Team B7 Racing, Spaceman, Dead Text Message, Dissection 79, and Rob HD not making it until the end of the race. But what a race it was. And yeah, I mean, I'm very glad that I got to commentate on this one. It was exciting. It was full of action, full of incidents, full of close racing, and very, very tight all the way until the end. But I want to thank the league for having me over once again. I'm sure I'll be back with this league to commentate on another race very soon. I want to thank you guys, everybody who's been watching, everyone who's commented on the video and sent in your comments in the chat. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe also to Midwest F1, and check out their Twitch channel and their YouTube channel. And I'll be back here hopefully soon. But yeah, from BLIN-MACHINE, from Midwest F1 League, and from all the drivers here in Division 4, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great night.